infinite self of all beings, the infinite one, is everywhere. It is the dream in the mind that identifies the separation of I and thou. It is the dream in the mind that causes the sense that you are alone, apart, separate. This dream is part of the experience of embodiment and duality. It is in the spectrum of the simulation or the dance of created reality, of this material Bur Buvar Loka. In Bur Buvar Loka, the mental projections of the cosmic entity appear when consciousness lives in this sphere to be material, to be solid. And living in the world of form, there is naturally I and thou. There is naturally self and other. And due to this, all the pains and suffering of life unfold. Because there is separation, there is isolation, there is the need to achieve safety, shelter, well-being in the physical form and in the mental form, and the desire to be eternally all right in the body. But bodies, as we know, come and go. They are very short-lived. Even if they should live 1,000 years, in the annals of the universe, they are short-lived. Even the bodies of planets are short-lived. So the body of a human being is very short-lived. And these bodies are like clothes to be taken on, to be experienced in, and then to be removed in the journey of consciousness to return to its source, to find itself back to wholeness. The consciousness that you have associated with your Atman is none other than the same consciousness in the Paramatma, in the universal self. But it is lost in the dream of your individual identity. And so you think you are an individual, a separate entity, surrounded by other separate entities and by inanimate objects. And this world has a relative reality, but in truth, it is not as it appears. In truth, it is a unified whole of being, manifest through the play of Prakriti and the gunas into the multiple forms and colors of creation. And consciousness arising, being freed within the forms and colors of creation, must find its way back to the realization of its own inherent eternal nature. So your journey as a conscious being is the journey homeward to your own eternal nature, to the self, which is the deep self of all beings. The reality of the unitary whole can dawn in the mind and in the heart. You ask, yes, I have heard these theories, yes, I have heard these ideas many times, but how do I attain that realization of this truth? How do I know this to be true? How do I experience? I do my meditation and I feel lovely and peace and calm, but yet this unitary whole evades me. How do I know? How do I realize this truth? How do I become self-realized? Realizing the larger self, not simply the self which identifies with the body and the mind and the personality and all of the different experiences of your life, but which has a deeper eternal identity in all that is, in the essence of all that is, in the undying love, light, peace, truth. of eternal being. So you may ask yourself, how do I attain this? I do my meditation each and every day, and I have been told through meditation that I will attain this light. But it seems like a very long journey sometimes. Perhaps you have had these thoughts. But the reality is, there is no journey at all, because the truth is here and now. It has always been, it will always be the same. And it is now, in this moment, in you. There are many different paths and so many different practices to do, so many different spiritual books and things to read, and they are all very good and they bring inspiration. But in the end, it comes down to you and knowing your own vital, eternal nature, knowing the God self within you and allowing that God self to permeate you, to absorb you, surrendering your small self to the infinite God self within. There are many practices, many methodologies, and they are all very good. But you are the actual focus in the end. And there are two very important distinctions to be made and practices that can be done. The first is of the mind, reading the experiences of others and reading the philosophies, coming to a mental grasp, hearing the talk, coming to the mental grasp that there is one unitary whole of being, that there is one immortal, eternal self of all, a consciousness, a love, an aware intelligence that permeates all things. And the entire created universe is within the mind of that intelligent entity, that intelligent essence. When this idea is accepted in the mind grows in magnitude. And as you begin to warm to this idea, it restructures your thinking. And when you see someone suffering, you want to help them because you feel empathy for them. When you experience your own struggles, you reach out to the God and you say, please help me. For you feel there is some higher power, some consciousness, some intelligence in the universe, some unitary whole of being. But it may seem far away. But in your mind, you can bring it closer by ideation. Madhu Vidya, sweet knowledge, comes when you think all is the form of the infinite one. All is the form of the divine Brahma. All is my Baba, is the forms of my Baba. The universe, universal one is there surrounding me, guiding me in all the forms of the universe. When the doctor is pulling my tooth, it is a guru guiding to take the tooth out and to cease the infection and is helping you. It is the grace of the guru manifesting in this person, helping you. When you have the food in front of you, you atone to this Madhu Vidya, this sweet knowledge, and you realize this food is the form the infinite has given to nourish this body. And as you begin to use the rational mind to think, doesn't require feeling, only thinking, only ideation, that divine is with you all the time, just next to you, in the food you eat, in the sunshine, in the television program, in the people around you, in the plants, in the animals, and even in your own body. Divine is manifesting. So you can feel, I am cared for by all of these different forces, by the Divine One is caring for me, for caring for this body and this mind, which I have identified with. And this thought can bring you close, like that one is just next to me all the time. I am in the company of that one, that divine force. And you can train the mind to think like this. It is a thinking. It doesn't require any special experience, but just a rational understanding and a thinking, and applying that thinking to your daily life to change your thinking process. And when you begin to think that one is in the food, that guiding force is guiding me to walk down the street, that guiding force is caring for me, to give me the comfort of a warm home, that guiding force is loving this body-mind manifestation. And even this body and this mind are expressions of that infinite one. Then you begin to think, your rational mind becomes absorbed in thought of the infinite. When you practice this Madhuvidya, then your thinking changes. Rather than taking the societal norm of thinking, you pave the path of the spiritual mystic in your thoughts. Doesn't require any special talent, any special mystical experience, any samadhi state. No, just to think, I am one with the God, the Divine One, my Baba, the Satguru, however you term, is just with me all the time. And then the thinking can go deeper, that one is in my body, in my mind. All these belong to him, to her, to the Divine One. Then what happens? Your thoughts begin to change your attitudes. You begin to think, he is with me all the time. And when you wake in the morning, you do immediately ideate upon the Divine One and think, the Satguru, the Infinite One, the infinite guide and Guru and source of all being, is with me every moment when I wake up in the morning. And in the morning, you just offer the day to that Infinite One. And you get up, you feel, he is with me while I'm putting on my clothes. He is helping me. This body is moved by him, by his capacity of motion. All is the form, all is moving. The Infinite One is just close to me. And if you, in your meditation, then go a step deeper, you can think, he is one. I am one with him. I am surrendering myself to him. I am surrendering myself to the Satguru, to the Infinite One, the Divine Mother, the Divine Father. I am surrendering everything. And then you feel, all right, that one is just all around and within me. And in the silence and peace of the mantra and the meditation, the visualization, your mind stops to thinking so much and perhaps has a little glimpse here or there of a peace and a calm or a love. If you are blessed with a samadhi, then you feel the union. But you don't have to feel that union and have that mystical experience to have the rational understanding and right thinking. And if you establish that thinking, then you are establishing yourself in knowledge of the great. The second aspect of realization is the heart. The mind is established in right thinking. The heart, when the heart opens to the Infinite One, then there is a very profound experience. You feel presence. You feel that Lord is right next to me. You don't just think, you feel Lord is there next to me. Lord is with me always. I am never alone. You feel it. And you begin to feel, there is the bliss of that Divine One there and my melting into that. And I am gone in the love of the infinite. I am in the shower of grace. And when you feel, then that thinking goes the step deeper into feeling, and you experience the bliss of divine being. But in the thinking and in the feeling, there is a pervading sense that Lord is the doer. Lord is in charge of all that is. And in this world there is bound to be pain. It is our teacher. But the real lesson is to attach yourself in your mind to divine being, to divine essence. Out of thought arises feeling and behavior, and then thought and experience, and then thought, and then feeling. This is a basic psychology of the human mind, isn't it? But to transmute the feeling, first the thought must be established. And even if only the thought is established, if the thought truly becomes established, it is a great realization. So don't worry if you are not inclined to experience the bliss of samadhi. Don't worry if you are not inclined to feel so much. Just use your rational mind and ideate. Read book, listen to talks continually to keep your mind properly focused. And then move into this ideation. When other ideas arise in the mind, things you are engaged in, political ideas, other things, projects you want to do, who is doing those projects? Remember, whose project is it? And if you are trying to fight the good fight in the world, who is in charge? Who is fighting? See the infinite Brahma everywhere, in your mind, in your thought. Then let what unfolds, unfolds. Some people are more prone to emotional responsiveness, others not so much. It doesn't matter. The realization is the right understanding. Being able to know the real from the unreal. Establishing yourself in the real. Giving strength to the infinite one, for all is in the hands of that one. That one is always with you, every moment of the day, in every breath you take, in the food you eat, in everyone you meet, in the silence of your time alone. That one is always with you. And if you remember that and begin to notice how that one is with you, begin to change your perception, expand your perception, alter your thinking. Then even if your meditations are sluggish or filled with chitter-chatter, doesn't matter. Even the chitter-chatter is a form of divine being. Attain right understanding. The rest is a natural result. All right? Namaskar.